Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Today we are talking about HBO Max's new original DC series, Peacemaker, which follows the adventures of Christopher Smith, John Cena's character from the 2021 film The Suicide Squad. Tell me, we are 4 episodes into the series. What do you think of the show so far? Just like initial thoughts before we deep dive into
Motherfucking crazy ass show. And if you have any other thoughts other than that, initially, you're crazy. I mean, if you think something's normal with this show, then you're just like a crazy motherfucker. Like, you're a wild motherfucking human being, and I just don't know if I can hang out with you.
right?
If you think that this shit this is just normal, man, you're a wild son of a bitch.
Yeah, this show is definitely not of the norm. It is very crazy, very wild. Not like I just think it's fair to say it's not like any other comic book TV shows on TV right now. I personally like it. Does feel a lot like the closest I can compare it to is a show called Preacher. That was a great comic book show that was also handled by like comedic minds, and it was weird and comedic in this kind of same way, but this has like a little bit better budget. But yeah, I'll dive into the reasons why I like it later on. But yeah, I'm digging it so far.
Yeah, man. First scene, first episode, him and the doctor talking about his miraculous comic book-alike survival of a building falling on top of him and somehow
getting shot in the throat.
Yeah, getting shot in the throat, and also somehow not getting taken over by a brain slug starfish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, all that happened, and then he's like concerned about his photo, how he looks in the X-ray. He thinks it's a photo.
Right.
It's an X-ray. Sir,
you're not too bright, are you?
Why are you worried about those things? Then his conversation with the janitor, I believe, sets up how you're gonna be like. If you don't like this show, you're not gonna like it from the jump.
Right. Yeah. So if you don't like this scene, you're not gonna. This
sets up the dialogue for the entirety of the show, and the style of writing for the entirety of the show. And so that was pretty funny. A little exchange like, no, man, you don't want to trust me. I'm a fucking janitor, man.
I went to MIT. I'm a fucking janitor.
He's like, I don't want responsibility.
He's like, you went to MIT? Why are you doing it as a janitor?
That's what I'm fucking telling you, man. Well, listen. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that was a nice, funny scene, and like you said, it does kind of set up not just the tone of the show, but also does like a little bit of character work because we don't really know a lot about Peacemaker, or at least how the outside world sees Peacemaker as, because like we assume
especially
that he's
in his hometown,
right,
which is where he's at, in the hospital.
Yeah, that's right. He is in like a small town where he grew up, and it is interesting to see like how. Like, because we assume that he's a villain of some sort because he's in the Suicide Squad, but yeah, we get to see like just what Joe Schmo thinks of him.
Right,
he apparently thinks he's a racist.
Yeah, they think that he's a super racist asshole. They don't even think of him as a villain. They think of him as a villain. They think of him as just some asshole.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting, like, the way that this show toys with, like, the different levels of... Because this does, like, exist in the same world of Batman and Superman and the Joker and stuff like that. But there's levels to this superhero game and supervillain game. And,
which kind of reminds me... Now, this is going to blow your mind.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't say that... I didn't speak on this earlier in our pre-production meeting. Which means we was... smoking and drinking,
right,
and eating food. By the way,
and eating food.
There's food. If you want to come join the podcast one time, we got food. You know what I mean? We have really delicious pre-game meetings.
Treats.
It's treats, but yeah,
treats and meats.
This show is very, very similar to the Venture Brothers, which we gotta do a fucking podcast. Synapses / drunk analyst / another motherfucking synapses / a podcast.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that because I actually, like, one of the things I wrote in my notes when I was watching this is that it felt a lot like Harley Quinn, which is I think I just made that initial thought because it's also DC. But when I watched Harley Quinn, I was like, this is exactly like Venture Brothers, because like they use that.
You're talking about the cartoon.
Yeah. Sorry, the Harley Quinn cartoon. Sorry, because it does like kind of take that same like feeling of like the silly comic book aspect of shit, and like they do like silly comedic stuff, but they also take the lore very seriously.
Yeah, but not just that. That's not why I say it's like it moves like the Venture Brothers. It's because of what you were saying and alluding to earlier, how there's lower level superheroes and there's lower level supervillains, and people are like I arched this guy and I arched that guy, and it's kind of like that,
right? Yeah,
in a certain way, like, hey, look, and they talk about each other within the folklore, like, hey man, did you you guys got to see this guy Doll Man? Doll Man? He calls himself Doll Man. Like, yeah,
right.
Doll Man, really fucking creepy. Shrinks himself. He can only make himself small. That's the thing about Doll Man. He can only make himself small. He's like the broke Ant-Man. He can't make himself bigger. He can only make himself smaller.
Yeah. But he can't even make himself as small as Ant-Man, so it's like...
No, he's not that small. Just doll small.
It's very useful.
Doll Man. So they kind of go in that little... And so if anybody who knows what we're talking about, with the Venture Brothers, you're clearly going to know, like spot on with the way that they're shaping the world.
Yeah.
The universe, as they say these days.
Yeah, I really like that they're taking that approach to it. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that James Gunn has like more of a comedic mindset. He has like more of a comedic background. I think like he when he was talking about in the order of how they approach the each episode, it's like humor, heart, action. And I feel like that's kind of like the way it feels throughout. It seems like the scenes focus on the joke first and like the humor of the scene, and then they try to take like mold that into some like sort of character study and like some more emotional beat. And we get some action in there too. Some pretty good action, I might say.
Some decent action. Action. Jackson, maybe? Oh no, Smith. This is Christopher Smith.
Christopher Smith.
Shout out to Paranorm.
Shout out to Paranorm.
Super MC Paranorm. Chris Smith is all in here. I'm like, damn, Chris Smith. Just had to get the most random, like, basic name.
Yeah.
Just Chris Smith.
Everybody's going to be able to identify with this guy.
Yeah, like,
there's so many Christopher Smiths.
15 million people are going to identify with this motherfucker. All of them are dudes.
I guess there's some Christina Smiths out there. They go by Chris. but so like
I intentionally just left you hanging after that. You said it and I just didn't say anything. I just looked. I did a move, y'all, that was like the Muppets when they look and they just scrunch their face up and they just look really right into the camera, but y'all can't see me, so it did nothing. It did nothing for him.
It doesn't have the same effect to the audio.
It left him hanging. I apologize.
But yeah, this show does take place like immediately after, like you had mentioned, it takes immediately after Peacemaker heals from his wounds from Suicide Squad. Yeah, where he comes back from a miraculous near-death experience. He's still under the control of Amanda Waller, but since they can't afford Viola Davis on a regular basis, Waller sends out this team to go work with Peacemaker to find these creatures called the Butterflies. According to Myrn, the fate of the whole country is dependent on this mission. What do you think how the story has unfolded so far with this mystery of the Butterflies and how they're I think that they said that they were aliens. Like they confirmed that they were aliens, but Myrn is still being very super secretive about what's going on.
Bring me back to Myrn. Bring me back to what's going on. Wait a minute. See, you going too early with me with that because I got a theory.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't want to hit these niggas upside the head yet.
Right. Well, let's get into who your favorite character is first before we get into
my favorite character so far.
Because we got a lot of characters.
Who's my favorite character so far?
Got John Cena.
Jonathan.
Vigilante, played by Freddie Stormer. Abadeo.
I just found out I do a really good Freddie Stormer. Didn't know who he was before this, but now I know I do a good version of him. Haven't known him very long. Why were you crying?
It's like, dude, this dude is fucking creepy.
He is a weirdo.
Yo, anybody out there need a fucking serial killer for your next movie?
Call that guy.
Call this kid, man. Quit fucking playing games. Let this kid get you an Oscar. Let this man win you an Oscar. Be the first white man to win an Oscar for a horror movie leading man. I'm telling you, give him the Oscar.
Yeah, he's definitely got
Creepy.
some range going on in there.
If I don't like, there's like silence playing in a lot of his scenes where he's talking, and there's music playing in a lot of the scenes where he's talking. But if you just dumped all that and played just like sinister sounding music, like some violins, like
Yeah,
you'd be like, oh my God, this motherfucker is crazy.
yeah, especially that whole scene where he's talking about all the reasons why he's quote unquote not crazy. It's like, but
Yes.
actually, it feels like you are pretty crazy.
You know, I like killing people.
Now,
You
do
know,
I sound like
a maniac? You know, so, but yeah, there's other
Oh yeah,
characters.
and then we also got Abadeu, played by Danielle Brooks, Clemson Mern, played by Chukwudi Iwuji. I've meant to look up how to pronounce his name before I butchered it, but whatever.
What'd you say it was? No, say it again. What's that?
Chukwudi Iwuji.
Iwuji.
Yeah, there.
He has Nigeria.
Yeah,
Chukwudi Iwuji. He has a Nigerian.
Yeah, I
He
did.
must have at least 2 degrees. He has a name that says he has at least 3 educations.
Oh yeah, that's a name and a jawline that says I've been highly educated.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Also, I don't know if he's a great actor. Continue.
We also got Harcourt, played by Jennifer Holland.
Super hot.
We also got John Economos.
And the Economist.
Economist, that's right. They made a whole joke about how
It's
how
not-
he can't pronounce his name.
Like, wait a minute. How are you going to pronounce it Economist? It's totally Economos. This nigga is a wizard. This nigga is a goddamn wizard. He's
John
a
Economos Patronus,
Patronus!
played by Steve Agee. And we also got Augie Smith, a.k.a. the White Dragon, T-1000 himself, Robert Patrick, playing Peacemaker's dad.
That's right. The Terminator has come back to get you.
Do you have a favorite out of all these, like, these crazy characters?
Well, you didn't even name was probably my favorite character, which I don't even know if you know his name because I don't know his name. Judo Master.
Oh, yeah.
Judo Master got shot in the stomach in episode 4. By the way, we're covering episodes 1 through 4.
Yeah. Newt
know.
Lee is Judo Master.
Newt Lee.
Newt Lee.
NHUT.
NHUT.
Oh man, no. You know what? That's got to be fake. That's got to be a fake name.
Oh, you think so?
Cause he's small, Newt.
Oh, maybe.
Nigga, no way his name is really Newt, nigga.
Hey, some people just have
That can't-
ironic names.
Yeah, tall. So the nigga who told me his name was, what did he tell me at the store the other day? This nigga told me his name was Tolliver. Tolliver. He
Tolliver.
said, my name is Tolliver. The nigga happened to
man.
be like 6'4". So you trying to tell me that this nigga just happened to be 6'4", happened to have a root word in Oliver in his name, and just happens to be tall. He's just Tolliver. He's tall Oliver. He's tall
Oliver. Hey, I once met a man named Justin Time. Justin, first name, Time, last name.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. His parents was just in time. Look, somebody wasn't just in time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga didn't pull out just in time. Because what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that is
Parents
some-
like that
some
should not
dirty
have
inside
kids. Why are you? Hey, just in time. You came just in nigga time. Because let me tell you something. Was about to have an abortion. Look,
And I might be pronouncing this wrong. It's NHUT. So I'm not.
Oh, okay.
NHUT.
well,
first name,
it might just be
last
ironic
name.
that his name's Newt.
Yeah, because he's a tiny person.
Tiniest man in the USA, and I love to see him kick butt every day. And he was whooping up on the Vigilante. He was whooping up on Peacemaker. That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious, dude. I was cracking up. I was like, he was whooping they ass.
Yeah, like he came in with the quickness.
And I think they was shocked how he was whooping their ass so bad.
Yeah, like
So they couldn't even get their bearings straight.
Yeah, Vigilante was like pretty much giving up. He's like, you know what, you won, fair fight.
He's like, wait a minute. I'm beyond my scope here.
Yeah,
He's like, I fight graffiti artists and regular murderers.
Yeah.
Nigga, you beat people up and tie them up and then beat them up again. Please stop.
apparently he used to shoot potheads in the face.
Right. Like, I deal with potheads, people who have warrants, you know, like motherfucker who's littering. I deal with litterers, litter bugs, people who don't tip enough. This is the people I deal with.
Right.
Judo Master is out of my league. Judo Master was whooping their ass. So right now, my favorite's Judo Master.
Your favorite's Judo Master. Okay, yeah.
My second favorite
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
is the old white man that's the neighbor for his his dad.
Oh,
didn't
those
mention-
are your two favorites.
And my third favorite has got to be Peacemaker, I guess, because I have to have a third favorite.
Yeah, John Cena is doing a really good job, better than you would assume.
That's the reason. That's the reason I'm giving it to him. He's doing a good job. He's doing better than you would assume. You would think going into it, this man's going to be the weak link.
Yeah,
But
you think.
he is not the weak link. There are a lot of other weak links in this show. And we'll get into that as we keep going.
Yeah, he's definitely not the weak link. He's definitely a strong actor. Got some really good improv. Like you had mentioned,
Strong
like
actor
before.
in this role. I don't. Look,
Well, yeah,
we
strong
don't have-
actor in this
let's
role.
give it. Look,
He's-
let's let him build them chops up.
Right. I mean, yeah, he's
and
definitely.
he will probably say that same thing. you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Like not every actor is good for every role, but he seems really good for this character.
Hey, John, I believe you can do it, man. Let's get you in a serious role, man. Let's lose about 25 pounds, man. Get you in a serious role, man.
Yeah. Nah, he's definitely not gonna lose any muscle. I doubt that he's gonna.
Let's lose
do
about
any of that.
25 pounds, man. I can get you an Oscar, man. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, buddy. I got you, bro. Don't nobody believe in you except me. Hit him with some pimp shit.
Yeah, I really like John Cena in this role as well. Like he's great. I also really liked what's it called? Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick is always great, and just him playing this crazy racist white dragon character. I'm very excited to see how awful this guy is. The more layers we pull off of this guy, like even when the first episode is like, oh, I mean, this guy's pretty racist, and as it goes on, you're just like, oh no, this guy's actively racist.
I want to say something that's probably going to get this entire podcast demonetized.
Okay.
I mean, this episode at least. So there was a scene where he's like where the first episode he has to go get his helmet, and a Peacemaker, has to go get his helmet. Goes to meet his dad. His dad gives him the White Dragon gives him some helmets, but he's showing him what these do and what that one does, and blah 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 blah. And he's like, he basically says, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically says, you ain't shit, but as long as you go out there and kill some blacks and some Mexicans and some kikes and some Jews, I mean some kikes and some, what else did he say?
Yeah, is it maybe a Jew or
No, he said it's a kike or maybe he said maybe a Afghani or two or some shit like that. A chink or two or something. I don't know what he said, but he said something else really racist, and I was like, wait a minute. They chose to say black, but didn't say niggers. Because they didn't want to say niggers and then end up getting hit with the woke mafia. But it's okay to call them kikes.
Right.
Why was that okay? Like, I feel like that was a little. I feel like that's nigger. That's the nigger for Jews.
Right.
that's the nigga for Jews. So why would you say that? That was wild to me. I was like, yo, they just going.
It was weird, I guess, language that he would skip over one.
I noticed little shit like
racist.
that, like basketball players dunk on somebody and fucking get a foul call and start flexing and be like, I'm that fucking nigga. I'm that fucking nigga. I'm that fucking nigga. And then they blur out the fucking, but they don't blur out nigga. Why was nigga okay? Why was that better? Why was that better than fucking?
Right.
I'd rather just say, I'm that fucking, and then what did he say? I don't know. He said, I'm that fucking good. I don't know. Why did they blur that out? I don't know.
Right.
That, I feel like, so I noticed little things like that. So, and I noticed that they just didn't say it. They trying to be super woke. I don't know if I appreciate it or if I feel like it was just over the top for them. They could have just said Jews.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah. Who knows the complexities of white guilt?
Yeah. White people, just be yourself. If that's racist, be that, please. We need to know so that we know not to fuck with you. That's all. So please, just be yourself. Don't worry about being woke.
Yeah, it's. I imagine it's a tough line to walk when you're trying to show this despicable character, but you're also like, what if Robert Patrick is like, really don't feel comfortable saying that.
Right.
I was like,
he's like,
I got a nephew that's Jewish. Do you mind if I just say?
He's like, I've got 3 black daughters. Like, you find out that nigga got 3 black daughters. It's like, my wife is black. She not gonna fuck. I can't say that. I can't say that. Like, oh. That would explain the whole thing.
Right.
If that was the case, that would explain the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe that would definitely explain if it was like an on-set decision and like dude was like, hey man,
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying. They should have just said Jews.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Come on, man.
But what do you think of that intro?
I think Tahiri Moore, go check out Tahiri Moore. Yeah, on Instagram, comedian. That nigga did a fucking dance.
Oh, really?
He recreated the dance. He did it.
Oh,
and
man,
that
I
shit
gotta
was
see
hilarious. So I think it's hilarious. People are just fucking stupid, man. And that shit is fucking dumb, bro. That shit is dumb, and I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely ridiculous. It's silly.
Also, it's a spoiler-ish type thing. Like, hey, these are the people who are in this show, and probably none of them are gonna die. None of these people.
Yeah,
specific people.
Yeah, like it does show that like some characters are a little bit more important than you, because like like obviously seeing Judo Master in the opening, you assume he's not gonna be dead from getting shot.
Not dead. Just like not in this episode dead.
Right. It's like Peacemaker dead after Suicide Squad.
Right. Exactly. Like somehow a bullet avoided his spine and his internal organs, and
yeah, it'll be rain as rain in a couple days.
He'll live. All they need to do is wrap paper around his stomach, wrap bandages around his stomach, and give him IV.
Yeah.
That's all they do in hospitals.
But yeah, just to go back, so Peacemaker and the crew were investigating this family of 4 that are possibly butterflies. Turns out they are.
They definitely are butterflies.
They
was
definitely butterflies.
Intel was good.
They are being they're being protected by a bodyguard and this superhero for hire named Judo Master, who is
Judo Master.
And yeah, he's definitely. It seems like he's not a butterfly, but he is definitely seems like there's a different side of the story. They might not be as malevolent as they appear. What are your predictions on like what I guess like what's going on with the butterflies and Myrn and everything?
What do I think is about to go down? Because clearly we got to reveal that Myrn is a motherfucking butterfly.
Yeah.
A fucking butterfly.
Fucking butterfly.
Honey-sucking ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Also, they don't suck honey.
Yeah, you think that'd be like bumblebees or something.
Yeah, yeah. Honeybees, won't you fly me, sting me, fly away, or something. You know, y'all know the words. Y'all know.
Yeah,
the
y'all
words.
seen that goddamn
How y'all
commercial.
know I didn't mess the words up so we don't get this video taken down? How do y'all know? Y'all don't know what the fuck I be doing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, there's theories on the internet that there's a queen bee character that these butterflies will be involved with to a degree or whatever. But see, I got a theory that these butterflies are in a civil war.
Okay.
Dig, and there's like
Yeah.
a battle between sections of butterflies who want to, but they all want to take over the planet, but they like bodies inside of human beings. And I also have a theory. Y'all know, you know, we get nothing but raw theories up in here. I'm Drunk Banthas. It's Drunk Banthas.
It's Drunk Banthas.
Drunk Banthas.
This is what we do.
I think that we're gonna have butterflies. The way that they get into people's body, I think that butterflies get into people's bodies by going in their butts.
Hot take.
I think they go into people's butts while they're sleeping,
And then go make their way to the brain.
Think about it, man.
A long and
Nobody
arduous
would,
journey.
you would see a butterfly get in your face and go into your nose. Like, come on, go in your mouth, and now it's taking me over my body.
Right.
No, and they seem kind of fragile.
Right. Yeah. So
I think they're going in through the butt
Going in
while
through
you
the butt.
sleep. Yeah,
you think that's the best? That's the best point of entry.
it's the best point of entry.
For
You know
the-
what?
for the
See, the way you
butterflies.
say it, it sounds crazy. But I think it's going. I'm serious. I think it
I
goes.
feel you.
You making it sound crazy.
And you know what? With
You trying to make it sound like one of these. They're turning up Frogs Day, motherfuckers. That's what you trying to make me. But see,
this
they
show
going
is-
in people's butts, Alex.
This show is wild enough where I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't put that past.
And I want to say that Jody Hill is gonna be the director.
the one-
He's gonna be the
direct that
director
episode.
for that episode. I just want to predict it. So that it's all predicted people. I think you can bet on things like this in Vegas. And if you can't, you will be if you just like and subscribe right now. Share this, get us to 100K, and we will be able to do this for a living. And then we'll make shit like that happen for y'all. We will get this kind of shit bet on.
Yeah, it does definitely seem like. So you feel like there's gonna be like there's like some sort of civil war, like similar to like the Skrull Civil War in the Marvel comics.
Right. Look, James Gunn's clearly stealing shit that they're not using over there. Like, hey, y'all not gonna use it? I'm gonna use it over here.
Yeah,
And then,
definitely.
I also feel like Mern is like a double agent type.
Oh, yeah.
Butterfly. He's
Yeah,
a
definitely.
butterfly, but he's like trying to fight against a segment of butterflies that are good, or they see themselves as good. That's why he took the body of the senator. You might think that's for nefarious reasons, but they were actually trying to like help humanity. And then like maybe that senator was just like getting in what's her name's way? Viola
Waller's
Davis.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Waller's way. Maybe she was just in Waller's way, and he was like, she was like, pop, pop, getting you out.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, like he's definitely a butterfly, but he's killing other butterflies. So is this just so he can keep his cover? Is he just trying to actually eliminate other butterflies because he's like, I don't fucks with those guys?
Is this just a way for him to fuck? Yeah, is this just a way for him to get rid of other butterflies that he don't fuck with,
right?
even though he's a butterfly himself?
So you don't think that like conversation he has with John about like working on being more empathetic and working on being more of a human person, working on his humanity.
I think it was true.
You think that was just?
I think it was all honest what he was saying, but he was saying it from think about it now. If he's an alien saying that speech, he's giving the same speech. He's like, I'm trying to be more human.
Right.
He is trying to be more human. He is going to therapy to try to find out how to be more human and more attached to his feelings, because that's what humans are.
Right.
And he's not going to be himself. He's not going to be the normal Mern or whatever the fuck his name. All these people got weird fucking names.
Yeah, I thought the blonde lady's name was Hardcore for like the first two episodes.
Hardcourt.
Yeah. I was like, her name is Hardcore? That seems a little on the nose.
Yeah, they keep trying to say that. That's why it is. That's why I think some people slip it every couple of times and say hardcore.
Yeah.
I think a couple times they've slipped and said it. Like hardcore.
It's like, parkour, where are you?
Parkour. Man. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think that's my theories. Like, I think that we're gonna see a whole flippity flip on the top of his head type thing. But even though James Gunn's not really known for that kind of thing, like big reveals or anything like that, I guess Ego Living Planet is a big reveal. That's
I guess, but this is the first time he's been able to like drag out a story in a series format where he can actually have the time to plant seeds and stuff.
Right. You said series format, right?
Yeah.
Not serious.
Then not what?
Not serious.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. Not
I just want to make
serious.
sure
Definitely.
everybody knows that you didn't say. I mean, y'all probably hear it better than me. This is in your ears. For most of y'all listening to this in your headphones.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
Does my voice sound sexy, y'all? Does it sound
Do I sound sexy to you?
Do I sound sexy to you? Put it in the comments and like and subscribe.
Yeah, let us know if you guys have any predictions in the future too, where the series is going.
Put the predictions in there, and then the best prediction, I'll send you a Christmas card, an electronic Christmas card.
Oh, and I also wanted to say really quick before we end this episode, and I'm gonna mention a little something because I got an Eternals review coming out soon, but.
Eternals.
If we reach 500 subscribers,
he hates it, by the way, y'all.
I didn't hate it.
I'm sorry. I just was joking. He hasn't told me what he hates it.
But look out for that. But if we get 500 subscribers before Batman comes out, I will do a full and thorough
What
review.
day is that?
That's March 4th.
Right around my birthday.
Yeah. If we get 500 subscribers before March 4th, I will do a full and thorough review of Joker, which I have been actively avoiding ever since it came out. And even actively avoided talking about in too much depth and just like other reviews of why I don't want to watch it. But if we can make it to 500 before Batman comes out, I will. I'll dive into it. I'll make a concerted effort.
Joaquin Phoenix, hit that subscribe button, man. I know you're listening. I know you've been listening. But I bumped into you. You said you listened to it. You didn't subscribe. Subscribe, man.
Subscribe.
Just subscribe, man. Subscribe, Joaquin.
Yeah, we know you're watching. Just go ahead. I know you don't want to. Just make your subscribers private. We won't know it's you.
You're the best Phoenix. You're the best Phoenix of all the Phoenix children.
Phoenixes.
You the best, Joaquin. Just hit subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who else did I run into that was around that time? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know if you're listening. He's not listening. Never mind.
Wait,
Zendaya.
Zendaya. I know you listen.
I know you listening. Now we bumped into each other. I just want to tell you. You said you didn't. You said you didn't subscribe. You said you liked it. You didn't subscribe. I need y'all to subscribe, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I was looking at the metrics. I think like 75% of people that watch videos and watch on a regular basis aren't subscribed. That's
like the average for every user who's on YouTube. So it's not a big deal. We just really want y'all to subscribe so that we can get money to keep doing this. We just want to keep doing this, keep it going. Help the channel grow, and we'll keep providing y'all with more entertainment, better podcasts, and better shows. We got more shows to come, and man, we're going to cover so much more shit. It's not even funny. This podcast is made for us to cover so much.
Yeah, stay tuned on what we got coming up. And I'm very excited about what's going to be happening next for Peacemaker. Again, really love the comedic action vibe of it. Please give more of these kinds of shows and movies to comedians and people with comedic minds. # comics for comics.
Right. Somebody give Dave Chappelle a TV show. Please.
Thanks for listening to the Drug Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new episodes of the pod. and no video essays from yours truly. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little butterflies, and may the force be with you.